I kind of actually felt like I didn't understand why God was placing me to be at a high school, but I felt it like really heavy on my heart that I be there, even though the reason I got a master's degree was so I could work at a college. But I mean, I was at Franklin College and I'd been at Purdue, and then I go to this tiny little 1A Lutheran school, and I'm like, man, God is just tugging on my heartstrings that this is where I need to be. And the more I got to be there, the more I realized my purpose was in some way to impact people's lives who had a jaded opinion of the LGBT community, and hopefully show you that you can be gay and be a Christian, and not some of the opinions that people had. And so I think I learned through my years and experience being there with lots of people saying that to me. Oh, you're the first gay person I had a real conversation with. Thank you, I'm glad I could be that for you. After practice, like I said, I've led practice by myself, no other coaches around, nobody else is even in the building, no other administrators. And I sit down, I have this conversation around a table, and my athletic director is set to my left, the head of the school is in front of me, along with 3 handbooks. Handbook I've never seen, completely blindsided by this handbook. And the head of the school is literally verbatim reading this handbook starting on page 1. And then he finally gets to this paragraph about how they love and they accept everybody at Lutheran. And then literally the very next paragraph is, I remember the words bold, in my head, homosexuality and bestiality in the same sentence. And I wasn't even listening to what he said after that because I'm completely thrown off that any person would talk about love and acceptance and then in the very next paragraph talk about homosexuality and bestiality in the same sentence. And now you're saying, can you sign this handbook now that I just read you that? And I looked at him like blank-faced, like, you know I can't. And you know that I couldn't have signed this any other year either. Like, why is it different now? I asked some of the other coaches, I said, hey, have you guys ever signed anything before? And they said, no, not until this year. So I think something had happened that they needed to implement. Everybody has to sign this. I think we all knew what the decision was going to be just based on Lutheran's stance and their viewpoints with the Missouri Synod, and that if they didn't align with their views with the Missouri Synod, they were going to lose money to keep their school running, and so they had to adhere to those policies. And it was just a wait and see for that final answer game. And then when I did finally find out, and I posted something on Facebook, it blew up. Had over 200 comments on it, and a lot of them are from people in the Lutheran community saying, it doesn't matter who you love, it matters how you do your job. I hope I left a lasting memory and at least impacted one person's life, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is impacting one of these kids' lives for the better.